Here are the most important events that happened in the world from 2000 to 2025 in under 200 seconds. Let's go. 2001. The Twin Towers were hit by planes. And this event shocked the world and led to the US going to war in Afghanistan and Iraq. In 2004, a tsunami killed over 230,000 people in 14 countries. It was the deadliest tsunami in recorded history. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina devastated the U.S. city of New Orleans. The lagoons broke, the flood walls failed, and over 1,000 people lost their lives. In 2008, the world experienced the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. The housing market collapsed, banks went bankrupt, and countries had to bail them out with taxpayer money. Also in 2008, the Summer Olympics were held in Beijing, China, a country that had never hosted an Olympics before. It was a huge success, and many saw it as a sign of China's growing influence in the world. In 2011, the Arab Spring began with protests in Tunisia. Soon, the entire Middle East was in chaos, with many countries experiencing civil war and unrest. Also in 2011, Japan was hit by a massive earthquake and tsunami. The nuclear power plant in Fukushima Daiichi suffered a meltdown, and it was the worst nuclear disaster since Chernobyl. In 2012, the world's population reached 7 billion people. In 2014, the first Ebola outbreak in West Africa began. It was the largest and most severe outbreak of Ebola in history, and it caused thousands of deaths. Also in 2014, Russia annexed the Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine. And this caused a lot of tension between Russia and the West. Many people were killed, and the conflict is still ongoing today. In 2016, the Brexit vote took place, and the UK decided to leave the European Union. This was a major political event that had a lot of people on both sides arguing. Also, in 2016, the Zika virus outbreak in Brazil raised a lot of concern because it could cause serious birth defects in babies. In 2019, the coronavirus pandemic began. It has been the deadliest pandemic in recent history and has caused millions of deaths. It also led to lockdowns, travel bans, and economic recession around the world. In 2021, the Taliban returned to power in Afghanistan after the US and other NATO countries withdrew their troops from the country. This led to a humanitarian crisis, and the Afghan economy collapsed. Also in 2021, the Suez Canal was blocked for 6 days by a massive container ship. This caused a huge backlog of ships and disrupted global trade. And finally, in 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. This has caused thousands of deaths and has led to the largest refugee crisis in Europe since World War II. These are just some of the most important events that happened from 2000 to 2025. There are many more that could have been included. But this gives you a brief overview of what has been happening in the world around us.